Wow, he's going to call him out.
Oh, the race frozen at 17 miles to go. The MBNA America 400. Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, Jeff Burton, and Dale Jr. are the lead lap cars. They'll be joined by Scott Riggs, who will get the free pass as soon as cleanup in turns 3 and 4 is complete from an oil down by Casey Mears that sent leader Casey Kane into the wall, just 18 miles short of what would have been his first victory. Cleanup continues, trying to get all that oil dried up from the concrete surface, because when they come in there at full throttle.
Well, as you can see, it doesn't take much to turn you around, turn you loose, and they got to fix that. Turn 3 has been a little treacherous today.
Turn 3, the entrance to pit road. Turn 1. It's been quite a day. Let's go down to Jeff Burton's pit. He's the third place car. Here's Steve.
And with crew chief Bob Osborne. Bob, you're sitting here in third with 17 laps to go and dodged all kinds of problems today. Can you get to the front and cap off a miraculous day?
Well, I'm not sure. We've got to look at the car on these yellow flag laps to see if there's damage that's going to make us come in and fix.
All in all, it's been a pretty good day for you, though.
Yeah, pretty happy, pretty happy. We were a little tight early on, and we struggled with that, and we've worked on the car all day, and we've been competitive on long runs, and I'm real happy with that.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
You hear that cheering. There's a group of fans along the front stretch grandstand that are trying to start a wave. It's a tough thing to do because there are 7 of them, and they're not getting a lot of help. These are not them.
Well, this is kind of like,
there we go.
It's kind of like high and by. One side's waving high, the other side's waving by.
I think the 7 of them are trying to start the wave. Everybody else sitting around them is too chilly to stand up and cheer and get the circulation going again. Cars have fired, 17 laps to go. We'll have to run a couple of laps of caution to blow off any remaining speedy dry in turns 3 and 4. Allow the cars a chance to pit. Then we can finish this off. Will it be Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, Jeff Burton, Dale Earnhardt Jr., or Scott Riggs?
And I think we will see Dale Earnhardt Jr. probably come to pit road for 4 tires. And, of course, Scott Riggs, second time by, he'll be on pit road. He'll have to start at the tail end along this line, but he will have 4 fresh tires.
You know, the odds were long against Casey Kane, not for how well he ran, but that in the history of Dover International Speedway, only one driver has ever scored his first career win here. Jody Ridley driving for Junie Donlevy.
I was here.
That was a unique day because I think Jody was barely running in the top 5, and it's like whoever took the lead as we watched Casey Kane watch his car being loaded up. Everyone kept blowing up or getting involved in wrecks.
I think it was Cale Yarborough, and then it was Neil Bonnet, or it was Bobby, I forget which. And Jody won his only Winston Cup win.
I think they had to run 5 laps before he finally caught up.
Right, he was leading the race among the cars on the racetrack, but to take the lead, he had overcome a 5-lap deficit. That's right. It was a great day for
Junie Donlevy.
Yep. And for Jody, who is still a successful short track racer.
You know, Darrell, you talked about 3 of the Hendrick cars being in the garage area, all on different situations. Terry Labonte in the 5 car is sitting in there now. He'll be 1 lap down. He'll be the first car a lap down in 6th position. And Terry's only had 1 top 10 finish this year. So regardless of how, this will be a good day for these guys.
I wouldn't count on that just yet because we got to get to the finish of this bad boy. We might have another major pileup down here.
Well, let's see. The Busch race is scheduled to start at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. I hope we're done by then. Certainly. All right, cleanup is complete in turns 3 and 4. Sweeper working down on the apron to pick things up. We will finish the Busch race tomorrow at 11 a.m. right here on FX. And a little bit of a look down in turns 1 and 2 for any errant debris down there. And blowing off the front straightaway with one of the jet blowers. 5 lead lap cars when we go back to green. Of course, Scott Riggs will be on the lead lap, but he'll be at the tail end of the longest line.
It's not a bad place to be.
No, well, no. Mark Martin proved that.
Yeah, Mark did.
There you see Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 8 car. I do anticipate, as I mentioned a second ago, that he will be coming to pit road for 4 tires because he'll be able to pull right back up to Jeff Burton. There you see his pit sign out, so he will be on pit road.
And that red pit sign, Larry, is that of Jeff Burton. So both of them pitting.
Pit road was open that time by. Here comes Burton.
Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. See, they're elected not to put fuel in the car. You can only use 7 men, so they're using a guy to work on that rear of the car. They don't need fuel right here. They just need 4 tires, and he pulls that bumper bar off, which is a good move.
Burton is away. Dale Jr. gets 4 tires and also no fuel.
You're talking about getting run into from behind. You got to fix the car where it's strong enough to take a small lick. But you want to have that back of the car where if somebody does run into you, it'll kind of fold all that stuff up underneath there and not knock you out of the race. Now just the opposite on the front. You want to put all you can up there to protect that radiator.
You know, we saw them squirting water in Michael Waltrip's grill, and he appeared to be overheating, but he's not apparently had that problem since. He's still in 7th place.
And then right behind him is our Bud pole sitter, new track record holder, Jeremy Mayfield, the 19 car. He's still 1 lap down, involved in that wreck over there, was stuck in the mud, but he's sitting there in 8th position. If he could have got out of that mud, he would probably still be on the lead lap.
Yeah, Michael's got a little damage on the left front. More than likely.
You don't have damage.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
More than likely he's got some debris in the radiator.
Tony. I don't think that car has a mark on it. Tony Stewart.
Pretty clean.
And Mark Martin's car, Mark's pretty clean as well.
Yeah, Mark's been out in the clean air just about all day.
Scott Riggs, now he'll be back in 5th position. He comes to pit road this time and gets his 4 fresh tires in the 10 car.
Look at this car, Darrell. Doesn't even have a donut on it. Nothing. Out of harm's way all day.
Now what would be good news for Jeff Burton and Dale Earnhardt Jr. if we can run another 3 or 4 laps and get to that 10 laps to go where it'll be a single file restart, they would not have lap down cars to contend with. I'm sure that's what they would be lobbying for.
Yeah, I think everybody's made their pit stops. Got a jet blower up here blowing some of that stay dry off for the oil from the 41 car.
I think we're getting pretty close here. Tony Stewart has not won this season, though he has won twice here at Dover. Mark Martin has not won since May of 2002. Jeff Burton trying to find a sponsor to run the full season with Jack Roush. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to hold on to the point lead. A lot of different agendas. One thing's for sure, no driver's going to leave here without a story to tell.
That's for sure. I mean, I was just looking at the 10th place car, which is Jeff Burton's teammate, Kurt Busch, in the 97. You almost, especially from the other side, look at that mess. You can't even tell whose car that is when you look at the right side. The only thing that won't have to be replaced about that car yet is the roof.
You know what, Mike, Larry? Mark Martin leads all drivers with 15 top 5s here. So he knows how to run here. I had a good feeling about Mark coming up here this weekend. I thought he'd have a pretty nice weekend.
He's got the best finishes here overall, Darrell, but look at Tony Stewart's record. 10 starts, 2 wins, 8 top 5s in 10 starts, plus a 7th and 11th, his worst here.